There are moments in sports that just feel scripted, and then there are moments so completely alien, so wildly improbable that if you wrote them into a movie, critics would laugh you out of the room. In February of 2012, the NBA didn't just experience a hot streak, it experienced a cultural meltdown. For 26 games, a 23-year-old who had been waived by two different franchises, who was sleeping on his teammate's couch because he couldn't afford an apartment lease, he took over the basketball capital of the world. He was Jeremy Lin. And what he did over those 2 weeks in New York City wasn't just a fun, feel-good story. It was statistically one of the most explosive, unexpected superstar stretches in modern NBA history. More points in his first 5 starts than Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, or Allen Iverson. He revived a dead Knicks franchise, dominated global headlines, and disrupted every basketball scouting standard we thought that we knew. In this video, I'm not just going to skim the highlights. I'm going to be breaking down every single layer of LINSANITY. The pick and roll mechanics Mike D'Antoni used to unlock him, the game-by-game breakdown of that legendary run, the defensive adjustment teams made to stop him, the locker room tension, and the bittersweet trajectory of a career defined by 2 unforgettable weeks. Make sure to like the video and subscribe with notifications turned on for daily NBA videos. And these videos do take a very long time to produce, as always. So a like and subscribe would mean a lot. But other than that, let's get into the video. To understand how LINSANITY happened, you have to understand how thoroughly the basketball system failed to evaluate Jeremy Lin. Growing up in Palo Alto, California, Lin wasn't just good, he dominated. In 2006, he led Palo Alto High School to a 32-1 record, pulling off a massive upset against national powerhouse Mater Dei to win the CIF Division II state title. He was named first team All-State and Northern California Player of the Year. Yet when recruitment opened, he received 0 Division I athletic scholarship offers. Not Stanford across the street, not UCLA, not even Cal or Caltech. Why is that? Because scouting back then was lazy. Lin was an Asian American guard who didn't fit the athletic profile scouts were trained to look for. They mistook his calculated court vision for a lack of explosiveness, despite the fact that testing data later showed his first step accelerations virtually identical to that of John Wall's. Lin ended up at Harvard. In the Ivy League, he destroyed defenses for 4 years. By his senior year, he was averaging 16.4 points, 4.4 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 2.4 steals, taking down D1 powerhouse Connecticut on national television with a 30-point performance that had Jim Calhoun raving. Then came the 2010 NBA draft. 60 picks, 30 teams, but Lin's name was never called. He became undrafted. The draft night rejection led to a summer league invite with the Dallas Mavericks, and this is where the first pick spark caught fire. Lin matched up directly against number 1 overall John Wall, and he went head-to-head with him, dropping 13 points in 28 minutes on high efficiency, outshining Wall in key crunch time possessions. The Golden State Warriors ended up signing him to a guaranteed contract, making him the first American of Chinese or Taiwanese descent to play in the NBA. But Golden State was a circus at this time. They used him as a marketing gimmick for Asian Heritage Nights rather than developing him as a point guard. He was shuffled back and forth to the Reno Bighorns in the D-League 4 separate times. By December 2011, the Warriors waived him. The Houston Rockets picked him up, kept him for 2 weeks, and waived him before the season started to clear cap space for Samuel Dallenberg. On December 27, 2011, the New York Knicks claimed Lin off waivers, but he was at the bottom of the depth chart behind Tony Douglas, Mike Bibby, and Baron Davis. He was living out of a suitcase. He didn't sign a lease in New York because he knew he could be cut at any moment, and living in New York is not cheap. So he slept on his brother's couch on the Lower East Side and eventually on teammate Landry Fields' couch the night before his life changed forever. February 4th, 2012, Madison Square Garden was the birth of LINSANITY. The Knicks are 8-15, drowning in crisis. Carmelo Anthony is struggling, Amari Stoudemire is out, and Mike D'Antoni is days away from being fired. In desperation, midway through the second quarter against Deron Williams and the Nets, D'Antoni turns to Lin and says, "Get in there." What happened next wasn't luck, it was the perfect marriage of player skill set and offensive system. D'Antoni's offense relies on a decisive, fast-paced processing guard running high spread pick and roll with absolute freedom. If you watch the film against New Jersey, Lin comes off Tyson Chandler's screen and you notice how he changes speeds. He doesn't just sprint, he snorts into the paint using a hesitation dribble and reading the drop coverage. Deron Williams will go under and Lin would hit the mid-range. The drop defender stays deep and Lin hits Chandler for the alley-oop. When they trap, he hits Steve Novak in the corner. Lin finishes with 25 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds coming off the bench, and MSG goes crazy, but everyone assumes that it's just a fluke. 2 games later, after dropping 28 on Utah and 23 on Washington, the ultimate test arrives. Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers walk into Madison Square Garden. Pre-game, reporters ask Kobe if he's been following Jeremy Lin. Kobe famously replies, "I don't even know what he's done. I'll take a look at the film tonight." Lin took that personally. On national TV, Lin didn't just hold his own, he completely outplayed Kobe Bryant. He scored 38 points, and he also had 7 assists and 4 rebounds, shooting 13 for 23. He hit pull-up threes, executed spin moves through Derek Fisher and Pau Gasol in traffic, and put on a clinic. Kobe scored 34, but Lin won the game 92-85. Post-game, reporters asked Kobe if he had any advice for Lin. Kobe's response, "He scored 38 on us. What the hell am I going to advise him on?" LINSANITY was officially global. If the Kobe game was the statement, then Valentine's Day in Toronto was the peak of the myth. With 15 seconds left, the game is tied at 86. Lin gets the ball at center court. He waves off Tyson Chandler and tells the entire team to clear out. He ISOs Calderon at the top of the key, and as time counts down from 5 seconds, he pulls up from 24 feet and swishes it with 0.5 seconds on the clock. Lin finished the game with 27 points and 11 assists and the game-winning three-pointer. The Air Canada Centre, which is an opposing arena, erupted in cheers. At this point, Lin isn't just an NBA player, he is the most searched human on the internet. Time magazine put him on the cover, Nike released custom LINSANITY sneakers, and the Knicks TV rating spiked 70%. MSG stock hit an all-time high. Every meteoric rise in the NBA triggers an equal and opposite tactical response. On February 23, 2012, Lin ran headfirst into the defense that ended LINSANITY, the prime Miami Heat. Eric Spoelstra, LeBron James, and Dwayne Wade mapped out the blueprint to stop Jeremy Lin, and it was brutally effective. Mario Chalmers and Norris Cole picked Lin up 94 feet from the rim. Because Lin's left-hand handle was weaker than his right, they forced him left into sideline traps. Instead of drop coverage, Miami blitzed every high pick and roll, sending 2 athletic defenders to trap him before he could turn the corner. Lin had a high turnover rate during the run, and Miami turned those numbers into fast break dunks. He averaged 5.9 turnovers during the LINSANITY run, as impressive as this run was. In that game, he shot 1 for 11 with 8 turnovers. He combined with Carmelo Anthony returning to the lineup, which shifted the offense away from D'Antoni's pure pick and roll into slower isolation sets. The magic began to cool. Shortly after, D'Antoni resigned, and Lin suffered a torn meniscus in his knee, which ended his season before the playoffs happened. In the summer of 2012, Lin was a restricted free agent. Houston offered him a uniquely structured 3-year, $25 million contract designed with a poison pill third-year salary of $15 million, specifically structured so New York's luxury tax bill would explode if they matched it. The Knicks chose not to match, letting Lin walk. Lin went to Houston to be the guy, but months later, Houston traded for James Harden, and Lin was pushed back into an off-ball role that didn't really fit his dynamic pick-and-roll talents. Later, he got traded to the Lakers, and he clashed with Byron Scott's outdated system, finding himself bench-bound alongside a frustrated, aging Kobe Bryant. Just when critics wrote him off, Lin reinvented himself, and in 2015 to 2016 with the Charlotte Hornets, Playing under Steve Clifford, Lin was dynamic as a sixth man, averaging 11.7 points and leading Charlotte to a 48-win season and a 7-game playoff series against Miami. This earned him a 3-year, $36 million deal with the Brooklyn Nets to finally run his own team again under Kenny Atkinson. He looked phenomenal until opening night of the 2017-2018 season against Indiana. An awkward landing on a drive, a ruptured patellar tendon. The image of Lin sitting behind the stanchion mouthing, I'm done, while crying is one of the most painful moments in recent NBA history. He was just never the same athletically again. Lin's NBA story reached a poetic conclusion in 2019. He got traded to the Toronto Raptors midseason, and Lin became the first Asian American player to win an NBA championship. Although he didn't play heavy minutes in the finals, and shortly after, while playing in China, he gave an emotional speech saying he felt like the NBA had given up on him. But here is the truth about Jeremy Lin. People try to diminish LINSANITY as a short-lived streak or a fluke, but flukes don't score 38 against Kobe. Flukes don't outclutch entire playoff franchises over a month. What Jeremy Lin did was prove that when preparation meets the right system and when racial bias is briefly pushed aside to give talent a real shot, then magic can happen. LINSANITY was real, it was electric, and it remains one of the greatest stories in basketball history. Let me know in the comments, where were you when LINSANITY happened? Did you think it's a fluke, or did you think it was pure, talented basketball? Make sure to like the video and subscribe with notifications turned on for more deep dive daily basketball content on the channel. And these videos take a long time to produce, so a like and subscribe would mean the world to me. I appreciate every single one of you for watching these videos and watching the channel. But other than that, that's going to do it for this video.